Why did I say that? Now I can't control laughing. Hello and welcome to another video of Sports Bash. It's a special video. It's a weekly review. In the last video, we reviewed the first 10 matches of the IPL. And in the first week, we discussed the top 5 bowling and top 5 batting performances for our audiences. Today, it's been another week and another set of matches. And I have with me two of my friend and colleagues, Nishant Barai and Vaipan Mukherjee. Two of them will help me to decode, and in this video we're going to discuss the top 3 batting and top 3 bowling performances and some other interesting topics. So please stay tuned, because we're going to discuss something very innovative and something they would have probably not seen on YouTube. So firstly, I have with me Dwaipian in that wonderful RCB jersey. Promised me that he'll not be biased and gonna put out good bowling performances.
I'm
Only
gonna try my best.
gonna try his best, right? But thank you, Dwaipan, for joining. But we are going to begin with the batting performances. So firstly, Nishant, can you please tell us, in your opinion,
Dwaipan is taking the batting performance.
Dwaipan is taking the batting?
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
Dwaipan.
all right.
Dwaipan.
All right, so let's go one by one. Okay, we'll start with the third best. It's the KL Rahul's unbeaten 60 on a slowish track that got the job done against MI in Chennai. Emphasis on the last 3 words, against MI in Chennai, because Mumbai Indians, it's a side that everyone fears. It's a side that people have a mental block against, because I feel when you come close to beating MI, suddenly teams throw away the advantage and that. But KL Rahul, the captain of the Punjab Kings, he was able to get his side across the line. 60 or 52 was the strike rate issues was there, but in this game it did not matter. What mattered was that he stays there, gets the win for his side, and he got that. So that is the number 3 best batting performance of the week.
Cool. Also to remind my panelists that you get only 1 minute to give your answer. And right. So with this, I move to Nishant. Which do you think was the third best bowling performance of the last week?
For me, number 3 was Ravi Bishnoi, the young spinner from Kings Eleven Punjab, and that was against MI. That he took 2 wickets for 21 runs. And after dropping him for 4 matches, I think Punjab gave him a chance, and he made pretty sure that he isn't dropped. He won't be dropped for the after other few matches. So yeah, Ravi Bishnoi at number 3 for me.
Second best batting performance, Dwaipan.
It's Faf du Plessis, because he got the highest score in a match that I predicted him to be. Yeah. There's more to it as well, because it was in a game against KKR. It was at the Wankhede, and Chennai as a team for the last couple of years, more from the start of IPL 2020, were being criticized for the inability to put up big scores, and they ended up putting up 220, and Faf du Plessis contributed 95. More importantly, he batted through the innings, means he batted the all 20 overs, and it is difficult. Of course, see, he's not growing any younger, but as a CSK opener, he did do what he was asked for. So his 95 or 60 balls is the second best performance of the week.
Faf du Plessis, that is. Nishant, I'll come back to you. Second best bowling performance, in your opinion, in last week?
It was Khalil Ahmed, 3 wickets for 21 runs against Kings 11 Punjab. I mean, for a fast bowler to bowl on a spinner friendly track, I think he did a considerably good job, and it was a great spell by Khalil Ahmed, and which helped SRH to win that match. So yeah, Khalil Ahmed at number 2.
Khalil Ahmed, that is. And now the top batting performance of last week. Dwaipan, who do you think had this wonderful performance?
Yeah, for viewers, I would also say that I'm part of the Delhi Capitals crew. So we have this watch party where we see Delhi Capitals match together, and in that particular match against Punjab, the Shikhar Dhawan scored 92 of just 49 balls in a chase that was very difficult, because 196 was the target in that game. But Shikhar Dhawan led the way from the front and made the chase easier, because he ensured that the required run rate never went out of their hand. And yes, it was a very good performance, and it is the top batting performance of the week.
I'm not surprised. I was equally impressed with that innings of Shikhar Dhawan. Nishant, best bowling performance of last week.
It's again from DC team, Amit Mishra. 4 wickets against Mumbai Indians and 4 big wickets. Hardik Pandya, Kiran Pollard, Rohit Sharma, and Nishan Kishan, I think.
Yeah,
So 4 big wickets, and it couldn't be anyone other than Amit Mishra at number one for this week.
that's great. Superb. And now we move with three batting and three bowling performances. We move something which we would like to call SportsBash Originals, as rightly used by Dwaipen. And this is the overseas player of the week. And I would move to Dwaipen. Who do you think, which do you think was the overseas performance of the week?
Yeah, I think AB de Villiers coming out and scoring 76 of 34 four balls in a day game is like the performance of the week for a foreigner. Why? I'll tell. When IPL started back in 2008, everyone wasn't sure that what to expect. Throughout the years, this question of what to expect has been there. Every IPL, there are stages where we don't know what to expect. This game where ABD batted brilliantly to get those runs, it was a carnage at the end. At the start of this game, players did not know what to do. We, as viewers, did not know what to expect because Chennai was turning out to be a very tricky surface. But guess what? ABD came out in the mood, bashed all KKR bowlers at the end, and it was a wonderful
One
performance.
more
So
thing, like he's
yes,
not playing any of the other leagues. Like, he's only playing IPL,
yeah,
not playing any international cricket matches, not playing any other leagues. It must be a great thing for a player like him to just give it all. And he was really brilliant in that match, and includingly in that match, Virat Kohli and David Padikkal got out for very in the first or second over. They were 9 for 2, and taking that score from 9 for 2 to around almost 200. I think it was a
more than
brilliant work.
200. Yes,
That's
it
Brilliant
was a
innings,
great and
brilliant innings from AB de
yeah.
Villiers.
sure.
So, as we know, IPL is as much as about bigger players as much as it is about the young players, the fresh faces. So, Nishant, who do you think was the youngster of the week?
It was again David Padikkal,
Yeah,
100
That
century from
century.
that guy, and I mean I know what's from I by looking his bet,
Uh,
looking at
th-
his betting, I
this
remember
was the knock. It
right
left
saying,
RCB
yeah,
supporters speechless.
yes,
yeah.
it was
And it was an innings to watch and not an innings to discuss. Undoubtedly, David Padikkal, a century emerging player in the last
there
week.
are very less instances when a player who is playing with Virat Kohli at the other end overshadows him.
Overshadows him.
Yes, his
Yeah,
performance,
correct.
and this was that kind of knock. Like Virat Kohli scoring 72 runs is a very big thing in IPL, but no one noticed that. I don't even remember the exact score of Virat Kohli in that match. Otherwise, I used to
Yeah,
remember every score. But he completely
Yeah,
overshadowed his performance. So yeah, he was really
true.
brilliant.
And cricket is great leadership lesson, something that you don't learn in best of the B schools. And therefore, the next category, which is leading from the front performance, a captain who played true captain's innings. Dwaipen, in your opinion, who led the team like no other?
yeah. There's a reason why I wore the RCB jersey. It's because the new originals for us, the segments, overseas performance, youngster as well as captains leading from the front performance, all have been from RCB, and even the third one is Kohli in the game that we just discussed. I feel it's maturity and it's knowing the game very well to allow someone to play that type of a knock. He was happy playing second fiddle. He did not try to, match shot by shot on a day when the Padikkal simply bedazzled everyone. And his 72, and it's a 10 wicket victory. We spoke about that in our post match analysis, but a 10 wicket win is so rare in IPL. And Kohli, there's this mental edge, when he thought that yes, it is a very good chance for us to get these runs quickly and also get a 10 wicket win. To go and do that, it's just simply amazing. And I feel Kohli was he remember even he was under a slight bit of a pump. Everyone was saying runs nahi aa rahe, 33 of 29 balls, 4 boundaries. That joke was there, but yeah, this knock put to bed all those types of noises. And yeah, King Kohli is back and he's arrived in grand
And
fashion.
when we talk about
Great.
leadership, I think in the post-match presentation, Kohli said that Devdutt Padikkal said that he asked Kohli to finish the game, but Kohli said no. Like you should finish your 100, and that gives like immense confidence to a player. If he's hitting his maiden IPL century, I think it gives like it makes him confident enough when he goes out on the pitch on the track next time to bat. I mean that captain has got his back. So I mean that was a good gesture by Virat Kohli as a captain, and that
Uh,
was uh,
by the way, the last time a captain talked about a century to a batsman, it was in 2011 World Cup, and Gautam Gambhir felt bad about it, and he said in an interview that the captain reminded me of a century, and I couldn't finish my century. So it's a double-edged sword. Like
Gambhir, he'll just
yeah,
find
so
faults to
double-edged sword.
everything.
Padikkal thanked Kohli, but Gambhir didn't have same appreciation for MS Dhoni. By the way, with this we move to the final segment of this video where it's about the debate of the week, where we're gonna discuss one topic. It's gonna be a quick discussion. I'll make sure I'll stay a moderator, but if I get very tempted, I'll take part in this debate. So the question for this debate is, uh, when a side loses a close game, do they feel bad about it? Like, what is their mental approach when you lose a close game? For example, the KKR versus Punjab Kings, right? So I would first move to Dwipe, your opinion on this.
Yeah, I feel there needs to be a more context and perspective to it. If you are a Rajasthan Royals or if you're a Punjab Kings, with all the respect to the two teams and whatever they have done in the past, when a side is completely out of form, if they can just push the other team to perform their best and lose even a close game, it is all right for them. They will look at the positives. On the other hand, if you are MI, if you are CSK at this moment, if you are RCB, if you lose a close game, you will feel bad, because we are winning so much, just a bit more, and we could have had those 2 points. So there's a lot of context to it, and it also depends hugely on the type of team, and especially on the immediate past of that particular team. If you are
Yeah.
winning, you will feel, yeah, okay, we should have won this, it's too close. If you are losing and you have just put up a better performance, it instills you with a sense of confidence. It's a morale booster of a
Yeah.
sort. So a bit of both.
Nishant, your views?
I think I have to agree with Gopen because, he said that when teams at the bottom of the points table, when they have lost few matches, for them to come ahead and just push their limits or give a good fight to the other teams, like we saw in the KKR versus Chennai match. So I don't think that they should feel bad. But if we talk about today's game, they were it was not a close game, but KKR had their chances when they took wickets, and they had taken the game to the almost last few overs. So in such kind of matches, they do feel bad. But I don't think in such cases when they're close, I don't think they should feel bad.
Uh,
Closing out, I have just a last thing to say. You see, in the last two games, of today, we had the RR versus KKR game. Samson was the captain. How much did he score? He scored 41 of 42 balls. Last night, Punjab versus the MI side, I think it was. Yes, MI. How much did he score? 50 of 50 balls. How much was the target? 130. So a winning side would have seen it as win this quickly, and we will get a net run
Yes.
rate high, because net run rate is a big thing. But
yeah.
what did these RR think? What did this Punjab think? They knew कि अगर हम जीत NRR के चक्कर में, if we lose wickets, we might lose the match only. So KL Rahul and Sanju Samson will least bothered with going ahead too much. They don't want another close game. They want to win. They want to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
off the
But
blocks. They want to have some points.
uh,
So
True.
yeah.
like I said, that feeling is good when they reach close to the game. That feeling
Yeah.
is good only until the first half of the IPL. Once the second half of the IPL starts, and when
Yeah,
the
you want to
qualification
win.
for the playoffs, they want to win every match because they really don't have any option. Because when they lose, they will be
Um,
automatically at the end of the table and they can qualify
I'm
for the
getting
playoffs.
tempted to take part in the debate, and for a moment, I'm going to put that
Yeah,
cap of a moderator aside and say, I would like to take a different stance. I think, irrespective of what position you have on the points table, I think players are very professional with their game, especially overseas player. For them, it's cricket, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether they win or lose. Especially players like Quinton de Kock, like I've seen in their attitude. I remember last time when MI won the cup, and I was observing the body language of Quinton de Kock overseas players. For them, it was like cool. We won the contest. It doesn't mean much. For them, it's just like coming to India. Those 2 to 3 months, it's India or Dubai. Play the game, enjoy, have fun, perform well.
And
That's
money,
it. Earn money, right? So it's in the end for them, it's just cricket. Like so, it doesn't matter much. So I think that would be
but
my
for players,
opinion.
players like the uncapped players, like for Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan, that's a big thing because
Yeah,
from that they get a spotlight. Once before
yeah,
Mumbai
yeah.
Indians win the match, win the cup, Ishan Kishan and Surya Kumar Yadav
Of
gets a
course.
spotlight, and they have a chance to get selected in the national team.
But I also feel these players, they've played pretty much domestic cricket. A journey of a cricketer doesn't start at IPL, it begins at gully cricket. So by the time when you are playing a game in a stadium with lakhs of people watching, you would have played hundreds of games of crickets, and in those hundreds of matches you would have lost n number of times, won n number of times. So I think
But
it.
but but I can give you an example. It makes a difference. For example, we talked about Khalil Ahmed, right? Khalil Ahmed has been selected for Indian team in the past. But what if there is a situation where SRH won the
In those
IPL trophy?
hundreds of matches you would have lost n number.
Sorry.
Sachin,
Yeah,
where
continue.
SRH wins the IPL trophy 2021, for example, this time. And Khalil Ahmed is the highest wicket taker, he's the purple cap holder. Or even if he's not a purple cap holder, he has 20 wickets in this IPL. So definitely selectors will have will check on him, like because SRH have won this IPL trophy because of one of the most
Yeah,
important reason was Khalil Ahmed. So definitely he
yeah.
will get a chance to play in the national Indian team again.
But
So that gives edge to the bowlers or
true.
batsmen or anyone.
But if you have seen, you would observe the emotional scenes, like when South Africa was out of the World Cup, you saw players sitting down crying. Those videos are still there on YouTube, and even today you watch them, you get emotional. You would never see such scenes in IPL because probably when stakes aren't that high, right? In IPL,
It
even
comes
if you
every
win
year,
a
and
trophy,
this time it was 6 months. So I don't think
so yeah,
you will
so
see that crying faces.
I've hardly seen a team, feeling so sad losing a game in IPL.
Yeah,
For them,
last
it's
thing I
just
want to say ki when Manthan said about Quinton de Kock not feeling much after winning the IPL because he's Mumbai Indians. He has won it 2, 3 times now with them. He's like, IPL जीत का कोई
You
नहीं.
see the reactions of
But yeah,
RCB when they win this time. Then you will
do
get
you
different
remember
reactions.
when RCB won that qualifier game against Gujarat Lions back in 2016 when AB de Villiers played that
Yes.
Virat Kohli, Yuzvendra Chahal, all the dugout they go
But विराट
run.
कोहली तो विकेट लेगा तो भी वो इतना ही मतलब एग्रेशन में
Virat
था.
Kohli.
Yeah,
I mean, he celebrates every
Basically एक
win.
विकेट और आईपीएल ट्रॉफी दोनों सेम ही होगा एक्सप्रेशन. So
But I think in IPL
yeah,
the stakes aren't that high in like international
yeah,
cricket, so you won't find that much
obviously
emotional.
होना भी नहीं चाहिए मतलब stakes
Yeah,
इंटरनेशनल
yeah.
लेवल
IPL.
वहाँ
Yeah,
it's
पे.
yeah, but
a pure
yeah,
cricket fan would hope for a good Australia England match than IPL.
yeah,
But of course, IPL also comes in with its own set of entertainment, and all people do
yeah.
watch it after all.
So I'll pick that cap and put it back on my head and be the moderator to end this discussion and thank Vaipan and Nishant for joining such late in night. And it was a great discussion. Three new segments: overseas player, young player, leading from front, and then this debate of the week segment. It was great time discussing with both of you. And to all the audiences, thank you for being with Sports Bash. We are 990 strong subscribers, very soon to close to reach 1000. Keep following us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, read us on Sports Bash, and we'll keep creating more content for you. Thank you so much. See you again in the next video. Bye bye. Good night.